It was a quote in-your-face defensive effort from the Pittsburgh Penguins. I am Dan Kingerski on the Pittsburgh Hockey Now and the National Hockey Now YouTube page. Actually, let me adjust that just a hair so you don't see the metal railing here at PPG Paints Arena, where the Penguins beat the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-2. Let's get straight to the analysis tonight. I only want to do a 5-minute post-game, like the 9 and 10 minutes I've been doing, because, well, after 2 straight games, I've been up for most of the last 48 hours back and forth to Buffalo. So the Penguins did a lot right in the second and third periods at 5-on-5. Stop me if you've heard that part before. But what they really did in the third period on Saturday, I think set this game apart. They didn't lay back. They didn't sort of try to protect the lead. That was something that Coach Mike Sullivan noted with a little bit of satisfaction. But the Penguins also really were in Toronto's face, and that was also a point of contention. You didn't see Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner and John Tavares and that entire very talented Toronto crew. You didn't see them dominating the Penguins and making pretty plays up and down the ice. They didn't have time or space. Yes, late in the third period, Toronto really pressured the Penguins. And I thought that's where you saw two things. One, Tristan Jarry was exceptional once again on Saturday. That's probably his third, maybe fourth straight really good start. He's finding a rhythm. He's finding his game here at this point in the season. But also, you saw a lot of the Penguins' role players fulfilling their role. Nola Chari was really good. Matt Nieto also had perhaps his best game as a Pittsburgh Penguin. Those guys were really good defensively. Jansen Harkins, Lars Eller, those guys were tight to Toronto. Those guys were aggressive, especially Jansen Harkins. I thought to steal a line from Shorzy on Hulu, Harkins set the tone in the first period. It's been a long time since I've seen a Penguins player make a hit that moved the boards. Harkins did that. Midway through the first period, the Penguins' third line got some chances when Harkins bolted from the blue line. I didn't catch the Maple Leafs defenseman's number, but he saw Harkins coming behind the net and moved, giving the puck to Harkins behind Toronto's cage. Penguins, get a couple of chances out front. That's the kind of thing that a grinder and a role player can do for you. And the Penguins got those efforts on Saturday. That, good goaltending. Jake Gensel and Sidney Crosby continue to be one of the very best duos in the NHL. 36 years old, Sidney Crosby. Don't tell him what the birth certificate says or what that's supposed to mean. They were great on Saturday. Gensel led all players with 6 shots. So let's talk about, here I noted the 6 things that we should really have been paying attention to here in the 5-minute postgame. First, that fourth line. Yes, even with Jeff Carter, but Chari and Matt Nieto were really good. Chari, as Coach Mike Sullivan said, had his best game as a Penguin, taking that puck off the end wall and snapping it over Wall, getting in front of Wall on the game-winning goal. There was no sunlight there. Wall could not see that shot, and Carlson zips it through traffic. I kind of asked Chari, come on, man, did you touch it? Just you can tell me. He's like, I don't know, and I don't think he really cared. The Penguins enjoying the 2 points. Also mentioned Harkins, Jansen Harkins. He made a statement. It was a coach's decision to pull Hinostroza out of the lineup and put Harkins in. It would be hard to take Harkins out of the lineup after that game, but I also thought it was hard to take Hinostroza out of the lineup after the way he played Friday. Perhaps there's space in the lineup for both of those guys. Drew O'Connor, we beat him up a little bit Friday night for his performance in Buffalo. It was scattered, it was chasing. However, he was really good on Saturday. He kind of played that power forward position. He drew a penalty around the net. He was just digging that puck at every opportunity in the dirty areas. He extended zone times for Crosby and Gensel. He created space, and on Gensel's goal, it was him who had the primary assist, joined the rush, made a real slick play, showed those center's hands as he made a real nice pass to Gensel for the tap-in goal. If he can keep playing like that, the Penguins obviously are much better off. He can't try too hard. I think that's what he was doing. Hey, whatever works. He kind of let the game come to him and just outworked everybody on Saturday. Erik Karlsson, disastrous first period. Both Toronto goals really were on his front door. He simplified the game in the second and third period. He wasn't making those plays. He wasn't kind of doing the drive-by defense. He was on his guys a little better in especially the third period. But boy, that first period was, I guess, the Mr. Karlsson's wild ride was the first period, that's for sure. Tristan Jarry, as we've mentioned a few times, spectacular. That's several times in a row. I wonder how long it's going to be before some people just kind of give up the ghost of trying to pile on Tristan Jarry. You can't say he won the game on Saturday, but he was really something special on Saturday. He made a lot of saves down low, directed rebounds right to his players, which kind of allowed breakouts and allowed some speed. It was not a track meet, but the game was played with real tempo in the first 40 minutes. And I guess we have to talk about the power play. Erik Karlsson, Sidney Crosby, and Evgeny Malkin were reunited in the first 30 minutes, and they had a few chances, and it was abysmal. Should have come with a parental warning. Garbage. The last two opportunities, which were consecutive in the later second period, Chris Letang was there. I'm not saying it was great, but I am saying it was significantly better. Perhaps coaches should just put Letang with Crosby and Malkin and figure out the other two guys. Maybe Brian Rust for puck retrieval. Maybe Drew O'Connor. Maybe redeem Zohorna. I don't know. Somebody to get to the net, but figure out the other two with the Penguins core. Ask Sullivan what he thought, and he's like, well, we'll see where it goes. In other words, expect a few more changes to that brutal power play. I haven't looked at the stats, but I expect it's under 13, if not under 12% at this point. It's at rock bottom and falling. Okay, so that's our 8-minute post game. So much for my 5 minutes. And yes, I know I look terrible under these bright lights shining straight down on me. Also, being up for 48 hours, you know how that goes. I did get some beef on Weck in Buffalo. That all made it worthwhile, right? All right, kids, have fun. Do me a favor. Like and subscribe to this here YouTube channel and share it around. Let me know what you think in the comments as well. I do, unfortunately, I do read them. All right, have fun, and we'll talk again real soon.